Stellar Show, Fayette County TV, Channel 77, Q Call and Breeze Line with myself, Ken Philibom, Stellar's Collectible Shop in the Uniontown Mall owner, Victor Malik, and the Duke, here for, Season 2, Episode 8, Episode 58 overall. I think I got all that out, right?
Who would have thought we'd have made it this long?
Not me. I thought we'd have been canceled by week 4 for sure.
That's all the production of Rick Fike. Thanks again for everything,
and
buddy.
Fayette County TV,
job.
all the fine people that help with this. So what's going on in the shop, sir?
Right now, we got a card show coming up April 11th and 12th. Go to www.stellarcollect.com. You can reserve a table as well as buy a Pack Attack ticket. They're on the early bird special right now for $55. If you wait till, I believe it's April 2nd, they're going to go up to $75. So you can order them through the website right now or come into the store and purchase them direct. Bryce dropped them off. He's real excited for the show. We're going to have a big one. Come up.
So don't be a fool and get it by April Fools.
Very good.
And I'm sure I could tie that into Mike Kelly somehow, but I got twisted up. But that, regardless, Mike Kelly Automotive isn't just about cars, it's about trust. With a wide range of vehicles and personalized service, we make your car buying experience easy and enjoyable. Come see why generations have chosen us for their automotive needs. And once again, thank you, Mike Kelly Toyota.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Yes, sir. So, we got a lot going on, but I want to touch up last week. Once again, thank you to Zach Frazier for taking some time and talking to us. And you know what, something I forgot to mention last week, you know what, he mentioned during the interview that, he was a collector and whatnot. And you know what, actually, after he was done signing, I watched him walk around buying stuff.
Did you really?
Yeah, right.
That's fantastic.
Right. That's cool. So that was...
That's the good part of the hobby.
Yeah.
Later on, I'm going to blow off some steam about the bad part of the hobby.
Oh, yeah. We'll deep dive into this. Najee Harris autograph nameplate. We'll have some fun.
Yeah.
But that's really about it. What do we got going on? We're going to talk some free agency. We're going to talk some sports, and we're going to toss the old hog skin around, huh?
Yeah, but after the performance that we had in the 40-yard dash with the combine in, the draft coming up today, we're going to take an authentic ball from... Oh, you blew it.
No,
this
I
was
didn't.
a mean Dean. This was a mean Dean ball.
I don't think that's from Mean Dean.
That's called back checking.
I think this is...
That's a game used.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Well, it's a kicker ball, I see.
Yeah. So we're going to toss that in the parking lot and put some more scuffs on it.
Actually, I have a real game used ball that I always keep in the back of the car just in case there's a tailgate or something going on. It's from 2016 preseason Steelers-Eagles, which is always fun for the people up in Penn State before games.
Call your shot right now. How far do you think you can throw? We're going to step it off like a referee does. We don't have a tape measure that long.
I haven't gone for distance in a while. I'm just saying 35 to 40. 35 to
40. I think I can get over 50. If you can get the fat roll to work, you can get extra torque on the ball.
If I get more than 40, we might be going to hospital to repair my shoulder.
Well, speaking of which, I ran the 40 last week and had horrific ankle pain. Shout out to Spider and Doc Hogan at Uniontown Chiropractic. They put the shockwave therapy on me. Today, I'm not kicking a ball, I'm not running, but it feels a whole lot better.
Did they get you up here, too? Because you seem a little more sharp.
Yeah, actually no pain in the ankle for the first time in about 10 years.
Okay, you know what, on that note, we'll set up, let's go to break. We'll be back after this.
Hi, my name is Wesley, and my company's going to be West Tech. Some of the things I'll be making there are like cool gadgets and stuff to make your life funner and easier, like cable holders for the side of your desk. They're not ordinary cable holders. They're gonna have cool figures from movies and TV shows like Darth Vader. I'm gonna be making them with cool processes like a 3D printer. I'll also be making cool plant holders in different shapes, and they connect to each other so you can stack them any way you want. You can purchase my items at the Young Entrepreneur Showcase.
Welcome back to the Stellar Show, Fayette County TV, Channel 77, Q Call and Breeze Line with myself, Ken Philibom, the Duke, and Stellar's Collectible Shop in the Uniontown Mall owner, Victor Malik, who you rated my wardrobe today, huh?
We look good.
I'll give you that.
We look good.
Yeah, we do.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you
it had to happen after almost 60 episodes that we would run into wearing the same thing.
Yeah, right?
So on a day like today when we're going to go outside, I need something breathable. So I can throw.
Understood.
Suit and tie just doesn't fit for me.
No, especially not today.
No.
But I'll tell you what doesn't look good is some stuff that I've accumulated over the years, especially this week. So what we got here is, this is Najee Harris. This was from Ben's last game. He accomplished a record that night. There was a couple things that for a rookie and whatnot. This is the locker room nameplate from that game, which I got signed. I have about $600 into this.
It happens, folks.
Look, and you know what? At the time, I could have flipped it for probably 2, maybe even 3 times that at one point because of how hot Najee was.
Yeah.
Kind of like we talked off air. Zion Williamson. You know?
I thank him every day for the ability to own a store. The mania and the hype around him is what made these cards the way they are. But the people who bought them are paying, they lost significant amounts of money.
There's another one, too. Chase.
Oh, mercy.
Now, the significance of this nameplate, this is from the 4-touchdown game.
Are you serious?
Yes, sir. Now, why that's still cool, though, even though Claypool's long gone and probably done, that is from a 4-touchdown game.
Yeah.
So this Najee, even though he's gone and it's lost value, it's still cool. And you know what? Like, now this guy here, George Pickens, you know, he's potentially gone.
Remains to be seen.
Yeah, but this visor here is from the catch.
Really?
So what moral of the story here is it's easy to get caught up in the moment, but if you are going to spend a lot in the moment, make sure you're going to get something that's going to hold its value.
Yeah, you're taking a big chance trying to flip certain things. Flipping is a very popular thing to do right now. You pay $200, somebody else buys it for $350. You put $150 in your pocket.
Yep.
A lot of people buy this to hold on to it as a keepsake, like you said, with the 4 touchdowns.
Yep.
That's the biggest game of his career, and it will go down in Steeler history as something you will remember for your lifetime that he did score 4 touchdowns.
He outbodied.
But the value of that thing isn't worth any more than just the memory of it. I have a picture back here. Just off the top of my head as we're going through
there
things.
You go. This is a good
one of the great moments in Steeler history was when Vance McDonald destroyed the D-back on Monday night. Was that Monday Night Football game? I think it was.
Yeah, he's got a hold of the face mask.
So you will remember this play forever because of the stiff arm, etc. But the value of it long term isn't what you think it's going to be.
Well, that's like Pickens.
Sorry to chime in.
No, you're good. Yeah, because that actually plays into what I was saying about Pickens. Like that Pickens visor still has some value, but
today,
it is like almost dead. But it's still because it's linked to the catch.
Your problem, and I'm interrupting now, and I apologize, but what you have happening right now is people are diminishing the value of George Pickens' stuff because of the fear he's getting traded. So you have a feeding frenzy right now where people are either grabbing his stuff, hoping the Steelers keep him, or get rid of it to get your money back. That's the trick with all of this stuff is it is the stock market right now where things go up and they come down. You always want to sell on the up on the peak, not on the way down, because I wouldn't pay for that right now.
No, and that's it, because I know
pay for it.
A lot of these guys in these Steeler groups, they're trying to unload Pickens stuff cheap right now.
Yeah.
Because they want his stuff dumped and out of their be
similar
careful.
To a short sell in the stock market.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, this is also related to sports cards too, or even just cards in general. So this right here, back in 1991 during Desert Storm, all Pro Set and Tops, and I think Pacific, whoever, they put out all these different cards. And outside of the Saddam Hussein card, and I think a George Bush card, none of these cards have any value.
The problem you had with this, and I'm a veteran, so I can say this,
absolutely.
is they jumped on top of this to make money off of the war effort and mass-produced these things. There was no value to them even back then. You just thought for some reason, historically, these cards were going to matter. They ended up not mattering at all. And this is very similar, sorry to rant.
No, you're right.
But Dale Earnhardt, when he wrecked, the stuff before that people collected. Everything they made off of Dale Earnhardt's death to sell to the public is now no one wants to buy it. Well, so that's why what you're going through right now is a historical reference made through sports cards.
And the thing, though, too, with Dale Earnhardt, and it's definitely this Desert Storm stuff, the other thing that killed it, mass production.
Mass
Way
production.
Big mass production.
At times, the numbers have been put out. There's 17 million of the 89, 90, 91 variety of Topps cards. So how can those cards ever be worth anything? When you got 350 million people in America, 17 million cards are out there to distribute. There's not enough collectors for those cards.
And speaking of
That's
Tops.
where, one more thing,
Yep.
I have the free bin here for the kids. That's where a lot of that junk wax goes. And I give it to the kids. If you don't have a driver's license, come up here. You can take bags. I might make mistakes. The cards are in there. You might get some good cards out of it. But for the most part, it's junk wax. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
Speaking of junk wax.
Yeah, 92 Tops here. We got a Roger Clemens.
Steroids.
Allegedly, I think, or did he open up about
Alleged.
it? Oh, okay.
But the market, nobody.
Speaking of, this is a Hall of Famer if all those guys were juicing.
Will Clark, yeah.
Yeah.
Mississippi State national champion.
Yeah, I mean, he got lost in the shuffle because of everything that.
Those packs should have a gold label
look
card,
at that.
right?
93. That's a nice Griffey. But, yeah, there you go. So, yeah, like I said, mass production and just people just dumping because of the timing. And it's no different than the NFL.
Well, let me get to one thing that's very similar to this, is the way the card industry is working right now.
Yeah.
I have in front of me a release date for football and baseball for 2024 still. At this point, they are still releasing 2024 cards, and everybody's sitting around waiting for Optic Football. Optic Prism, Phoenix, these haven't yet to be released, and we are almost to the draft date. So Heritage High numbers with the Paul Skeen rookie cards in them will be released on the 26th of March. We're almost into baseball season at that point. The 21st is Zenith, Encore, and Inception are released. Those are football things that should have been released back at Christmas, but the way they delay these things, and the big one is Optic Football, has yet to be released. This is probably the most popular other than Prism out there. It's not going to be released till April 2nd. Again, Phoenix and Selector on the 16th. Clearly, the invisible card that you can see through won't be released till May 7th, as well as Impeccable comes on the 2nd. That's just not fair to the industry that you have 2024 cards being released into 2025.
As I look at that and I listen to all that, I'm grateful I stopped buying.
Yeah. That's kind of what is happening.
Yeah.
Now, going back to where we need to go today, the thing that everybody wants to hear, what are the Steelers doing at quarterback right now?
Well, looking at this. Here.
Go ahead.
So
dissect the board.
Well, here's where I'm at with the Steelers.
Okay.
If you're getting,
and we have not talked about this, this is fresh off the press.
If you're getting Aaron Rodgers, that means you're going all in, and you got to keep Pickens.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers is MVP of the league next year if he has Freiermuth, Metcalf, and Pickens to throw to. I really believe that.
Okay.
And they got to go. They got to get a third year in a row. Get someone that's not he slipped 3 spots because his Achilles is torn. No, get a real lineman. If you're drafting Aaron Rodgers, your first pick needs to be the best tackle or guard available. You're locked up at center. You have a good tackle if he's healthy, and you have another good tackle if he feels like playing. So go get a guard. You go get whatever guard's available or make a trade. But if they don't sign Rodgers, they need to move George Pickens, get a second-round pick back, and just looking at this here, I would move up and get Shadir Sanders. That's just my thoughts.
At this point, when you look at this board, in my opinion, you have 5 teams ahead of the Steelers that could possibly draft a quarterback. Abdul Carter is going to be one of the top 3 picks. Travis Hunter might be one of the top 3 picks. That puts Shedeur Sanders down to almost the Colts. That puts Jackson Dart into play. The Colts are stuck with Anthony Richardson and who did they just sign? Daniel Jones. So they have a $12 million investment in Daniel Jones. I think the Steelers sitting at 21, if they don't do the Kenny Pickett, if they don't trade up and just do the Kenny Pickett garbage that they did and wait, you could have your choice of Shedeur Sanders or Jackson Dart. The critical element inside of that is the money that the quarterback position affords you to sign T.J. Watt, sign Pickens if you want to keep him. You're going to put $48 million back into the revenue stream for the roster if you take the rookie quarterback.
Pickens is going after next year. They gave too much money.
If you sign Rodgers, you don't have any leverage to sign anybody else.
No, you're done. Yeah, well.
That's the issue with Rodgers. Russell Wilson is now in Cleveland today trying to get a contract. He probably, at this situation, would look at the Steelers and go, give me $30 million.
That's a leverage play there.
Yes, but he has the leverage at that point.
And Cleveland's playing playing that game because they want the Steelers to overpay Russell Wilson.
Okay.
Because of all the contracts they're eating at quarterback.
Now, there's a wild card out there, and I know this is probably impossible to do, but I like Jimmy Garoppolo as a one-year stopgap. If you can pry him away from the Rams, the Rams would probably give you a 5th round. It would cost you a 5th round pick to have him for 1 year. Then you could load up for the draft for next year and go quarterback shopping.
No, Garoppolo. If you're serious about winning this year, you're not. If the goal is to win the Super Bowl this upcoming season, Aaron Rodgers has to be the quarterback.
Okay, let's do this another way. If you're going for the Super Bowl and you take Aaron Rodgers, your running back position for play action is weak right now. So there's 2 running backs out there, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, who are under $3 million a year. Kareem Hunt signed with the Kansas City Chiefs last year for $825,000. Nick Chubb was on the books last year for $2.5 million. Jalen Warren is not getting you play action fakes.
Well, there's a lot of running backs in this draft class too, which is another reason Singleton and Allen came back.
Yeah.
Because this is a loaded draft class at running back.
But you don't have a 2nd round pick to draft a running back.
Yet.
If you wanted, and right now, if you do the depth chart on the Steelers, their right defensive tackle or defensive end, however you want to call it in Tomlin's defense, is some guy I've never heard of. So they don't even have a body for that position right now. Well, you have to address defensive end or tackle.
I don't know about it. No,
because you cut Okunjobi.
Yeah, they've neglected offense for too long to where it's good to see they're finally addressing that side of the ball. Because that old saying, defense wins championship, that saying's dead.
That's gone.
It does not win championships.
Defenses get you to 9-8.
That's what defenses do, and they finally woke up and seen that. So with that being said, look, personally, I would have rather seen maybe 1 or 2 other ones, but it is what it is. But I think if they're telling the fan base they want to win the Super Bowl this year, if they don't get Rodgers, they got to do what they can in the draft to move up to get Shadir Sanders. Like Jackson Dart
to them.
Jackson Dart. We already seen what happens when you draft guys like Kenny Pickett and that high. You waste your draft pick. I would do what you suggested before I would go with Jackson Dart. I'd wait till a later round and get a Will Howard. Before I would draft Jackson Dart in the 1st round.
Losing that 2nd round pick really puts them in a spot on draft day. If you want to fill out this roster.
Yeah, but look what they brought in.
I'm not mad about that at all.
They brought in a receiver I've been wanting for years.
What about Cooper Kupp coming to the Steelers?
I'm all for it, and that would be a good thing to do if they're going to move on from if they are going to move Pickens.
Okay.
So that helps.
Would you take Cooper Kupp or Stephon Diggs? Both of them are available, as well as Amari Cooper. You could pick one of those 3 to replace Pickens. Would someone be crazy enough to give up a 2nd round pick for George Pickens?
Yes. you
got a lot of compensatory picks
I think a team like the Jets might if they're really invested in Fields.
With Garrett Wilson, okay.
Yeah, if the Jets feel that Fields is their guy the next 5 years, whatever.
Pickens and Fields got along really well, where they didn't get along with Russell Wilson.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
No, there was the Fields and Pickens had chemistry to where, and look, they played together briefly at Georgia.
Yeah, so, that's true too.
Because Fields started off there. We could go on and on with this.
One question before we end this segment: what would the Steelers' position be had Dwayne Haskins not been killed?
I don't think Kenny Pickett might not have ever been a Steeler.
You might have been, yeah. So because that's a wild card out there that no one thinks of. What would have happened if Haskins would have been a Steeler?
Or look, you know what? Here's another one for you. And we kind of mocked it a little bit last week, and rightfully so. What if they took Brock Purdy instead of Olajuwon in the 7th round?
Yeah. Right now, you're shopping for 2 quarterbacks, though.
Yeah,
with the Steelers.
Because they got Allen.
Will Howard or someone is going to have to be drafted.
Get Joe Flacco for $2 or $3 million to come in and be your 2nd team.
That would make him play for almost every team in the division,
except for the Bengals. He hasn't played for them yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna look. This is something we're gonna be talking about the next couple of weeks because I don't think this thing is settled
sign
yet.
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, why not at this point since you let Najee go? And you know what?
Would you have paid Najee anywhere near $9 million to come back?
I'll tell you
the franchise tag, I think, would have been cheaper.
Well, that's what's funny about all this. Allegedly, his guy asked the Steelers for 8, and they told him to go test the waters, and he got 9. So good for him.
But you get Kenneth Gainwell in
that's
comparison.
cool. Hey, you know what? Let's make our Super Bowl plans now. They got Kenneth Gainwell.
That's my point. You don't have play action.
We'll end on this, though, but we'll be back to this next week. And
we'll be talking about this. As long as Aaron Rodgers is in the fold, we might be talking about this past Easter.
Yeah, right. And
he has no pressure to sign.
Stay tuned. We'll be back, and we're going to be tossing the football around in the parking lot.
It's on.
Hi, my name is June, and my business name is June Blooms. I sell flower bouquets and flower arrangements, any size. This arrangement, I got the flowers from my backyard, and the teacup I got from a flea market. You can buy my arrangements at the Entrepreneur Showcase.
Welcome back to the Stellar Show, Fayette County TV, Channel 77Q, Colin Breeze Live with myself, Ken Philbaum, the Duke, and Stellar's Collectible Shop in the Uniontown Mall, owner Victor Mullick, brought to you by Mike Kelly Toyota. Here, and once again, friendly reminder, the Duke is a rescue. Don't forget to go check out your shelter and get a rescue like Duke or a cat. And so this is where we're going to be throwing for distance.
Combine Day Part 2. So I lost miserably in the 40-yard dash. You beat me by more than a second. I bow to you on that one. Going to try to make a comeback here throwing a football.
Yeah.
Steelers having problems with quarterbacks. They might take one of us if we throw it far enough.
Can't be any worse than what they have at the moment.
It's a rough day.
Thinking out loud, they don't do throwing for distance at the combine.
No. You're hitting spots with receivers. This would be more what they used to do on Pro Bowl weekend.
Yeah. So
and if I remember, Cordell Stewart and
him and Favre used to sling it back pretty good. But this really isn't a combine event then.
No, this is just a way of me getting back at you, hopefully.
Fair enough. Well, you know what? Like I said, you might win a battle, but I'll lose the war because I already feel my elbow ready to snap.
We threw a training camp last year, didn't we? It's some kind
briefly,
of inflatable.
but not for distance.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Throwing 10 yards and throwing for distance are two different.
I don't even know what the warm-up exercises for throwing for distance are. Something similar to this?
We should warm up just a few little tosses just to get the joints loosened. But
as we've got mall patrons in their truck going by right now. So let's warm up a little.
All right.
What's that, about 40?
Yeah, let's go that way.
Trying to set a record throwing a football. You scared the hell out of me. How about, what is that, like 40?
About 45.
Really?
Yeah. Not 50, but more than 40.
Good toss. Watch out, Duke. What is that, 10, 20? You're at 45 yards. You threw as far as I did.
Yeah. I taped yours
You're
up,
like
so.
40. Oh, that's my tape mark
Yeah,
right
it looks
there?
like you got me by about a yard.
You want to throw it one more time, or are you good right there?
Let's do,
You want to throw it downhill now?
yeah, let's go downhill.
Okay.
Or, let's do, we'll do one more each.
Okay.
So yeah.
Put your tape, here's the tape.
And then we'll go 2 that way.
That was pretty good.
Well, yeah, right?
I thought you were going to throw 30 feet, 30 yards. Okay. Now. You ready?
Yep. You like
Is that about
literally
the same
like
as the last one?
you're like tied with mine. Like you literally just like hit like same with mine.
So I'm stuck on 45 yards, 40, not 50.
Yeah, we're like within a yard of each other. I'm just grateful my elbow didn't snap. All right, here, take Duke.
Okay.
I'll do one more and then we'll try the other way. Oh, here's your glass.
Oh,
Or
thanks.
bifocal, sorry.
So right where your foot is?
Yeah, like you literally
In
were.
between the two.
No, see, that was your first one. This was your second one.
Okay.
You were literally like dead even with it. So
So this is all the gas I got. It's over.
hold
The
on.
dreams of 56 yards at 56 years old have ended 7, 8 yards short.
I tore this rotator like 12 years ago. Whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
Good.
Back off a little bit. Good Lord. That's almost 60 yards.
And my arm didn't snap.
You're easily at 55 right now.
I'm not kidding when I say this, man. My arm didn't snap. That's all that matters to me.
Holy crap. You beat me by 3 yards.
So what do we call this segment?
Okay.
The longest yard?
No. Ooh, worse. Oh, that's bad. Oh, crap. YMCA, I'll be there tomorrow morning. It's time to get in shape. That was awful.
All right, let's see. See if I can outdo that first or second one.
So this one was somewhere in this vicinity. I'm losing. Oh, dear Lord. I'm at 40. Holy crap, that's even better. Now you're in the yard short.
All right.
Third one.
I'll take it.
Hell yeah. Come on, dude.
All right, looks like I won the longest yard.
I have nothing left at 56. The dreams of 56 at 56 are gone. Congratulations.
Well, in all fairness,
job.
I'm just grateful my shoulder and elbow are still in one piece.
There is tomorrow morning.
So that's the real victory, and you're right about that. Tomorrow, you might see me next week like this.
Just left hand and everything.
So, anything to add before we close up the show?
That's it for the Stellar Show this week. Thanks for everybody watching.
All right, we'll see you next week. Rise Wrestling is next.
That chills the night.